Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. All right, so interesting action overnight. Let me show you. Well, let's look at it from this perspective here on the 30-minute charts. So, yeah, look at that. So yesterday we kind of had a little bit of a move up to 120.06. Or no, 020 was where I said it was going to stop. And there was a ton of action towards the end of the session, if you watch the video, indicating some options activity at the close, and we moved higher, substantially higher. E-mini took a dive down yesterday, but is just kind of ranged in the morning. If we look back here, I want to look at, oh, you know what? I don't have. Oh, yes, I do. Here we go. Here's our daily chart. And we are kind of at the top of a range. I mean, this is where some significant selling pressure is going to come in. Today is usually the day where a lot of companies will take an inventory for the beginning of the week, but I don't know. This is a really weird setup, and I'm not quite sure I can accurately predict how it's going to come out. So I'm only going to say that I am very much on the lookout for a sell today. So there's that. And I guess before we go into the Bitcoin thing, we should share around the links and so forth, right? Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. Close that. There we go. And this. Okay, so Trade the Traders thinks that today is the date to short ZN. Okay, so here's the open. And nothing significant. So we do have news at 6:30. So I think that's where we're going to have to go with Forex Factory. What, do we have anything coming out with the okay, core PCE price index? Okay. So we're probably not going to see anything too significant until the news comes out. Yes, good morning, everybody. Got a couple of people in here, so let's look at where Bitcoin is at, huh? Because we had a little bit of a scare yesterday. Where is it? The 28th? Oh, you know what? It wasn't so bad. So yesterday a story came out that the SEC was investigating ICOs in the cryptocurrency space. Pretty short, vague story, but it really looked like they were looking at the ICOs from the story that was posted on the Wall Street Journal. And we had this sell, and it happened quite quickly. Kind of erased all of the gains that we made yesterday, and you can see it here in the over, right when the futures were down. Like the time period when the futures aren't running, they're resetting all the servers. That was when we came down. But now we're about to where we started, so that's I'm really positive about this right now. I like where it's going, at least. Let's run our charts. We should get new charts today. Bum, bum. And let's also run Delta. Where's Delta? Boom. Delta. Okay, so we're still just like right at 500, which is where we've been forever. Oh, it still hasn't given me a new number. They tend to update it every 2 days, but sometimes they miss one. And this is blockchain.info. So it's still telling me 79, so it's not quite, they haven't quite done anything. I did change some things up though. Was that yesterday that I did these? Yeah, it was yesterday. I wanted, this is gonna be really dumb, okay, but Satoshi Light was pushing Nano, so I bought some because I think he's a total dishonest shill, and that if he's shilling something, that he's going to do everything he can to make sure that it goes up. So that's why I bought it. And I also put a little bit into NEM because our chart is looking good on it. Okay, so it's still kind of just like dead in the water. So we are buying what I would consider to be like a dead currency. But like this is one that went down since the big fall and has continued to fall. But on a valuation perspective, NEM is looking good, and it had an odd tick up yesterday, so that's why I bought it. But we've been ranging around in our portfolio at $500 for quite some time now, so it's starting to get old, guys. Okay, well, we're at the highs of the day now. I really want to sell this, but my rules say I can't. I think the only way I'm going to be able to sell this is like if the news comes out and it just goes and I market sell it. So let's eat some food here and make sure that we're all ready for it when it happens. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Yeah, I find this move in the Bitcoin markets last night interesting because there was definitely some short-term selling off of it, but they recovered a little bit too easily almost, I think. But the thing that really interests me is that the correlations didn't match up the way that I think that they should. Bitcoin lost the most. It should have been Ethereum. If this is about smart contracts, who's hurt by that the most, assuming it's a bad thing? Ethereum, because Ethereum deals in smart contracts. It's not a Bitcoin thing. They're not doing ICOs. So I think Ethereum should go down, but it didn't. That's not really what happened. Oh, okay, so AM asks, is it the rollover period for ZB? So first of all, thank you for watching again. Third day in a row that I think we've seen you. So the roll is basically done. People had already pretty much rolled over by yesterday. And now today, the thing is that the way that it works is as soon as the month starts, if you're trading in the active month contract, you could get called. And I think that they do it in like the order that you've opened up the positions. So if you go short, some treasuries, you will be asked to offer some up. So pretty much everybody closes them by the end of the month. Nobody really trades the active month. Oh yeah, AM, I did get the email, but I haven't had much of a chance to look at the materials that they have on that website yet. Okay, so the PCE came out equal to expectations at 1.5. It kind of looks like sellers are winning here, but it's not super decisive yet. And they just hit it and pushed back there, in fact. Okay. There we go. And was there another email he sent about? Let's see here. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, I just saw that there was a website and that he was providing free training, but I had to put my email in, but then it was like I didn't have time to like sign up for it and read any of it because I had to work. But yeah, I still plan on looking at it. It looked like an interesting site. Oh wow. Yeah, they're really picked up there. It seems like there's a little bit of a ledge here at 10. A ZF is kind of putting on the brakes here. That's what happened there. I think we could get back to this point of control though. So much traded there. That's really odd. Oh, there was a zipper there, that's why. Look at that. So there was like, nope, we're taking it down. This bid gets weak. See some pulling, please. Nope. Seller wants it. Look at that. He's keeping up the 4K there. I don't know, it's sure taking its time, but just based on the location and the volume and everything else, I feel pretty confident that it's going to keep going. Even though it's screaming, take a profit right now. the actual tick up. Okay, see, they sold at 38. So there was a real buyer there and they just cut right through them. I don't see these buyers pulling. There's another good tick down. For some reason my ZB chart is not updating correctly. Oh, you know what? Oh no, wait, M is, that's right. Right? Yeah, it's CBM, okay. That's right. Okay, good.
IQ set GM.
Okay, well, CB made it easily through its VWAP. Okay, so they did touch this, but only just barely. Hmm. This ZF seems to be the one in charge. They're ticking pretty consistently together. Not sure what to think about this one. That's some serious absorption. 10K. They're hitting it so confidently though. Well, okay, now they're kind of taking a step back here. You know, let's move our stop to here. So we'll take the 4 ticks, no matter what. Because if they don't break through this, we could get a stop run going out the other way real quickly. Proud 2.1. Hey, new to Twitch. Looking for some new friends. Was wondering if I paid a fee, would you fly out to come out for a nice steak dinner and have a laugh? A few too many, I'll grab a cab and we'll go back to my house and I can watch you fuck my mouth. Well, I mean, I can fly anywhere that I want to and visit people, but I have no interest in having sex with your wife. I'm already married, and I'm only interested in having sex with her. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for that offer. In Twitch, in the Twitch chat. I wonder if that's somebody doing a some sort of a prank video where they put that in Twitch chat and they record everybody's reactions. I've seen so many videos like that. Yeah, absorption, that's a valid trade signal, right? Absolutely. The problem is, again, absorption in and of itself, like absorption in isolation, is literally 50-50. 10K is an awfully big one to get through, but I feel like that with the what's the word I'm looking for? The amount of volume that went through there on the way down, there was more than enough momentum to get through it. And it's in a spot where I would expect there to be absorption. So they could still push through it. That's why I have my stop order set here. If that pulls, if that 10 pulls, then we know for sure that they're not going to try and push through it. But they have enough momentum they could do it. So let's just see. They've traded back down. I think that ZF needs to trade down again. But it's not going to be unusual to see big absorption at the VWAP or at a huge point of control like we have there. And the probability that it reverses there is 50-50. And our reward, if it breaks through, is pretty good, right? Because they could go through this whole low volume area. So I think I have enough profit in it, and I have enough space that I can kind of wait it out and see if they actually break it. Yeah. That's why it's better to have already had your trade in when it gets to the spot, and that gives you room to breathe to see if they actually make it through. And if they make it through, then we can keep it, and if they don't, then we still take 4 ticks and it's still a winner. So that's kind of how I'm playing it. I'm going to take a few bites of breakfast here. It looks like they're going to take us, though. The 22 is ticking up. They tick 25. Yeah. We're just going to get out. Cool deal. +4. Let it do its thing, see what happens. I think we might just arrange. Maybe this will hold until Powell's speech. I say that, and it's probably just gonna like bust right through right now. They're gonna turn around as soon as I stick something in my mouth. It's gonna turn around and bust right through it. Watch. Yeah, I don't know. There's quite a bit of volume that went through there actually. I think we should just sit back and let them battle this one out.
Tucker said GM all, how's the trades this morning? IQ said there's movement LOL. IQ said and we back to 143 to 20 ZB. Tucker said I played that 0.90 bounce for a couple ticks on the first hit. Tucker said I think if it loses 0.90 then we're in trouble. 70k volume step to 13k gets thin.
Okay. Well, they pushed through that one a little too easily, didn't they? Can we even get filled with when we're 300th in line? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes it doesn't set our stop order. Pete, you need to fix that. Okay, well, now that we've ticked through 090 like it was no big deal, I think we'll probably still see a little bit of volume at 085, but I think that this is about to puke.
Tucker said I'm watching UB and ZB for clues. Low volume acceleration could bring other products down. Tucker said, wondering if there are a couple of guys buying 1,500 at 0.90 and selling 2,000 at 95/100 to make that eventual break play.
Okay, well that tick up seemed a little bit easier than the ticks down through 9. And this in particular concerns me.
Tucker said, what do you mean by explicitly holding the edge?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the chat, so you know what, just typing, because I know it's a little hard to see up in the upper right corner, but it hasn't ticked down through 090 because nobody has bothered to try and take the trade there.
Tucker said, ah, gotcha.
Like what you're seeing right now is just like they put up between 500 and 1,000, and then a robot will buy it and put something on the bid and see if it goes. And then when it doesn't, like we're seeing right here, it ticks back down. And so, you know, what you would expect to see is like an iceberg sitting there like we saw at the beginning, or somebody really aggressively buying 09 halves in a desperate attempt to keep it away. And we're not seeing that. So we're basically consolidating right on the edge. I'm a little wary about this, but I think we still have a really good setup. And I think that the reward to the downside is so much that we can really hold on to this. Okay, so that was a little bit more. Okay, so that tick up right there seemed to me to be a little bit more aggressive. It ticked down, and almost immediately 600 bought into it. But they're iceberging. I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be at least 1,000 to buy it up. Nope. Okay, so now they put 1,000 back on. Okay, so now what I think we're seeing is a little bit of seller initiation. So that was a good sign that we might break again. These orders at 085 are not really responding. And the bid looks weak in ZF, so I think that we're going to have to trade through all of these, which means that in order for us to break, we're going to need to see this offer firm up significantly. Let's see if the offer firms up if anybody pulls. As it stands right now, they'll probably just tick back up. Yeah. Okay, so that time they ticked back down. They were more aggressive on it. 2,000 on the offer now instead of 1,000. Oh, there it pulled. You see that? Whoever was buying at 0.8 halves just pulled it. Okay, now it's still traded almost 4,000 there. Oh my. Okay, so that is defense. Right? Not only was there an iceberg, but when they pushed through the iceberg, somebody else came along and bought almost 3,000 contracts. And that wasn't just the iceberg pushing it back up. That was like somebody initiating there. ZF, it did break through. I mean, I guess we broke through too, but in ZF, it actually ticked down 2 ticks. It was like a stop run there in ZF. See this right here with the tail. So I think based off of our discussion yesterday, that means that this level in the profile is pretty significant. And we are starting to see some initiation below it. If it looks pretty comfortable sitting right here at 0.8 half 090. So a little bit of acceptance of that price. Let's see if they're able to push it back down again. How it reacts if we tick down again. Okay, well, ZF ticked it down. They didn't put much on the offer, but ZN didn't respond to that tick. So they kind of consider this, they must be considering this in balance at the moment. Okay, so that firmed up considerably there. Yeah. Okay, and it fell and 2000 followed it. Now we're seeing a 5, almost a 5K at 08.
Block sell.
Oh, and he just took it. Tyler just took it. I kind of had the thought there that like maybe they'll just eat that whole thing up. So that was a big collision. Yeah. Pretty good. I like that one. That was a really good trade in it. You know, we were really able to watch the break develop. So I think we could see this 030 was where we were talking about, right? And maybe, probably even this 02 where the options were yesterday. And beyond that, I don't know. Let's just see how strong this is. It seems like an awful lot of contracts going through, you know? Wouldn't you be considering a profit here? Like taking it off? No. I mean, I would want, so first of all, with Tyler taking a trade at 08, which by the way, we need to mark that. Tyler selling there. He's usually right. I mean, I don't know if that's a bot or a person, but he's pretty big. It's not unusual for the market to try and fight him, but it's kind of like he'll take his trade and maybe arranges down for a while, and then later they kind of give up fighting him and just go. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the trade was, we're going to break the edge of the profile, which we did. We should go through the low volume area. So I want to see 120.030. Because right now we're getting +4. I mean, I could take a profit here. 4 ticks would be okay. I'm not surprised that here at 4 ticks it's slowed down, but I see enough signs that it should go lower. I'm still willing to take that risk. So another way, AM, probably here's a better way to think of it, other than all of that nonsense that I just said. If I was not in a position right now, here at 070, would I be willing to go short right here? Well, our risk to the upside is like what, the 3 or 4 ticks back up to 090, which would be, you know, like back to the VWAP, and maybe we bounce off the VWAP and continue lower or something like that, you know, like that's kind of a congested area there. So there's not a whole lot of risk to the upside, and to the downside, we've got like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ticks until we get to another high volume node. 10, 11, 12, 13, you know, until we get to where all of the closing action was yesterday. So we still have a really good risk reward even here at 7. And that's why I'm keeping it. Look at that. Good sign that we're seeing lots of volume trading both ways here. So they took a little dive there and they kind of came off. You can see the volume going short in ZF. Two, three, four, five, six, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now our risk reward is a little bit more even. So we have to ask ourselves, what do we think the probability that this keeps going is? We just another thing that I think we should be paying attention to here is the cumulative delta. So it looks to me like there was some buying up through here and that we just stopped out the buyers when we look at the net cumulative delta. So we haven't even necessarily seen a huge position change in it. And if we're really seeing today is like a reversal day, which is how I'm trading it at this point, I think we still need to see some more down volume.
IQ said ZB reached the high.
So I'm going to have to say that the probability here is still better than 50-50. It's probably like 55-60% chance that we continue lower to this 030. There is profit taking there though at 06. Well, let's reset the down to that. Yep. I guess another indicator that I'm thinking about right now is that, you know, when you get icebergs, it's like 50% chance that it's going to go through, right? But that chance changes if there's already been significant icebergs that day. So that we already had a pretty big iceberg at 090 and we pushed through it increases the probability that we're going to be able to push through this iceberg at 06. Now, granted, you could, because it's an iceberg. I don't think when AM asked that question at first that we knew that it was an iceberg yet, did we? But you could take it off there at 06 and hope that we come back to like 075 or something like that and try and catch it again. But I'd be too worried that I would miss the next move down. I don't know if, for me, if I'm good enough at that. My probability of catching that one is good enough to justify losing the 3 ticks or whatever. Should be careful what I say because it's probably going to screw me over just for saying things like that. Okay, well that 060 is actually kind of firming up. Wow. I don't know about this one, guys. That is a really odd spot to see a 4K follow a tick. Hum. Hum, hum, hum. Well, I'm not willing to let it go past break even. Nice. Okay, so that time they hit it with 700 contracts and the level 2 didn't change. Let's see if this O2 pulls or if they start hitting it. I kind of have my trigger finger here sitting at the +4. Yeah. So now it's just robots trading it at 05. Okay. Not too sure about what equities is going to do. They have had a move up here, but the cumulative delta looks weak. The Bitcoin had another good move up there. Okay, down tick. It's 7. Ooh, okay. Seller's getting a little more aggressive here. You notice when we came back up that this big order at 060 showed up? O20 is not too big. And all this white below us is not real. It's probably not there anymore, rather. We're testing a zipper here. We've formed a zipper and 070 was the middle of it. So we don't want to take 06 half. That would be buying the bottom of a range or selling the bottom of a range. It does say though that we could have been a little bit more patient and gotten another tick or two out of it. Fix that. There we go. 2 4 tickers. Yep. See what would have happened if we tried selling 6/2. I think they might actually break out of this to the upside. How many ticks have this been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Although the entry into it was low, but then there was only a 5-tick zipper before that. So this one is odd enough that I'm not going to take that particular setup. I'll show you the chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And when it's an 11 tick zipper, we tend to reverse, and you look at the tick before that, it was lower. But then when we look before that, there was another zipper, which kind of messes up the whole theory, so that's why I'm not going to take it. If you included this one, and you count that as like a false breakout, then it says that we should reverse up. And we did see Tyler at 080, and it wouldn't be unusual to see them come back and test him. So if they can come back to 080 or maybe 085, then maybe we take one. California has the worst quality of life, U.S. News study says. Let's see if that's actually true. I'm skeptical. Blah, 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 blah. This is U.S. News and World Report's annual Best States ranking. Oh. It came in at 32, though it scored last in quality of life and near last in opportunity and fiscal stability. Really? So what contributed to California's horribly low quality of life score? The state ranked 44th in natural environment and 47th in social environment. So, I mean, California has some good wilderness, right? Like the redwoods and stuff. So I'm a little surprised that they rank that low in natural environments. So I think that particular component is probably, I might disagree with. I'm not going to say I think it's wrong, but it seems like I disagree with that, and I would want to see more of their reasoning. 47th in social environment. So does that mean that far left crazy liberals are just crap to live with? Or live around? I don't know. Drinking water quality was ranked 13th. Pollution, health risks, and urban air quality were among the worst states, which is funny because they're so environmentally conscious there. Well, interesting. Okay, well, it looks like their headline was it correct at least, so we'll give them an upvote. Super quiet today in the chat. Okay, showing a little bit of regression here at the top of the range now. Or not at the top, that's just the middle, isn't it? I don't know. Okay, yeah, they ticked up. Oh, and there was a stop, in fact. Well, hey, our Cia coin is doing really well today. Look at that. When we started, we were at like 4.95, yeah? We've made $20 in cryptocurrencies today. Interesting that also, you know, it kind of the way that it ranks on Bitcoin is up 1.91%. Bitcoin Cash is up 5.71%. So I think that we need to go and look at the Bitcoin Cash chart here. What's going on? I see. Well, it looks like Bitcoin Cash took a little bit more of a hit than Bitcoin did yesterday. But, gee, I don't know if we can get above this point right here where it stopped. That could be pretty positive for us in Bitcoin Cash.
IQ said ZF taking off.
Yeah. I think we made the right choice getting out there at 07. So we wouldn't have gotten 06 or below. We would have just been nervous for 30 minutes, basically, is how long it's been in here. Okay, now ZF was starting to take off and they just smacked it down. You know, somebody was asking about where you buy Nano. So I have Nano on KU Coin. I bought about $1 or whatever. What does it say on all-time profit on Nano here? Oh, it's worth 16 and I have 13, and it says I've made 0.68. I've made 50 cents. Anyways, they're still listing it on KU Coin under XRB because remember Nano is Ryblocks. So just so you know. Yeah, you can see here I'm actually still at a loss on my Bitcoin Cash. Tisk tisk. It'll get back. I think we have an okay price basis still, so I still like the trade has not been invalidated yet. Okay, so let's, oh, I'd marked it. It was 08. See, this is why we mark things on our DOM. Okay, this is where Tyler was. Oh, I guess somebody also, another thing I want to point out is that there is exchanges because I can add Bitcoin private on here, but it's going for like, these must be futures and they're going for like 0.0000003792 or something like that. So, the network isn't live yet. I think it goes live like tomorrow. They were saying it was going to be 2 days after the snapshot.
IQ said L at 05ZF.
Oh, he went long at 114.05? Not bad. Anyways, so, and these were exchanges I've never heard of before. But I'm pretty sure Bitcoin Private is going to pop up way more than that. Like ZCL is worth like a few $100, right? So that's interesting too. Okay, so now they have ticked beyond Tyler and are pushing back up at the bottom of the range and where we broke from.
IQ said I.imager.com.
Ah. 114. Yeah, you got it way down there. You got it at like 0.05. Good job, IQ. So he's made 4 ticks, 6 ticks on it.
IQ said should one LOL.
Oh, okay. So if the profit is like $7 a tick, so we made like $32 minus 3, so like $20. Or not $20, like $29.
IQ said 7.81 per tick. IQ said quarter size ZB.
It seems to me like that ZF can be pretty volatile and move, especially when we're selling. And you could take advantage of that. And that seems to cancel out the commissions. Well, I'm surprised that they were able to get past the 08 so easily. But now...
IQ said when you get smacked in ZB go ZF then back ZB, LOL.
Okay, well, this could be just a VWAP bounce play. And I'm noticing that the volume that was short just kind of came off. You can see it over in this chart a lot better. Yeah. Get the sneezes. I'm probably gonna sneeze again here. The probability that I'm gonna sneeze again is you know, maybe 55-60%.
IQ said ZB back level 143.20.
I'll just blow my nose. That'll fix that. That's a little better. And back on the other side of that profile, I don't... Not a fan. Especially if we get above 110.5. So let's reset. 10.5 was where the pivot was. Aren't we glad US open, hence the volume? You know, I don't know. Let's see here. It does seem like when we opened was when we moved back up. So you might be right, AM.
IQ said I.imager.com.
I'm a little cautious if that's really the correlation because, okay, yeah, so they ticked 10.5. See, the problem is with if you look at the E-mini. Okay, so the cumulative delta in the
IQ said
E-mini
and still going.
does look pretty bad, but we're coming up on a pivot level and we're really close to it. So I'm a little bit worried about anything like the
Trade the
E-mini
traders said
dumps
hi
out.
guys. I want a new high. 0.200 but 0.115 is in the way.
Why 0.115?
IQ said out at 24. Trade the traders said youtube.com.
By the dip. Those freaking videos. He's linking me to the extra normal videos of By the Dip where that's like these computer animated characters with robot voices that talk to each other. And it's always the dog. He's like, "You're effing stupid, just buy the dip. You're too dumb for me to explain it to you, so just buy the dip." I don't know. I think that if I come back over and bring this other chart here. So here was a point of control. It would be pretty common for us to trade back to this spot. Pretty high probability, like I think it's like 60 or even more than that % of the time that we return to the previous day's point of control. There was also one way back here 2 days ago. And same here. See this point of control where we stopped? I'm not super great at volume profile, but this is how I see it, okay? So I think that what happened was this was range extension lower, return to balance. Range extension higher, return to balance. Range extension lower, return to balance. So now the question is, you know what, let's fix that. Let's fix that. Margin 5. Oh, does it need to be even more than that? 10. There we go. Okay. So return to balance. And I say that because we're in balance area and there's going to be this big Senate testimony in 10 minutes, that I don't want to take any trades. But once it gets going, I think Powell will say something bearish. Well, let's not say bearish, because people get confused when we're talking bearish. Treasury prices or yields or the overall market. So let's say hawkish. He's going to say something hawkish. I think he is. I wonder if we go to YouTube, the Federal Reserve, they have an event for it. They have a channel on YouTube. Did you know that? Well, there's Bloomberg. And it's going to be on CNBC too. Oh, no. Well, it will be, but they're going to stream it. Yeah. No. I want channels. Fed Reserve Board. There you are. No, they did not. So, yeah. We'll watch it on Bloomberg, or there will be a free stream, and I should be able to broadcast that. It should be fine, so. Well, that See It coin is doing well today, guys. So is my Verge. What did I do? I put like $10 in Verge transactions. Oh, no, I didn't. I mined $10 and I put $10 in, and I've made like $5 off of it all time. That's not bad. I still like my Verge, guys. You see the Verge? I still like it. Verge and NEM, those are my two value plays in cryptocurrencies. Trade at your own risk, but that's what I'm seeing. Oof. Well, that was a buy. We could buy it now. I'm gonna wait. Well, there's your 115 with the traders. One, two, three, four. I don't know. Kind of interesting. We kind of get this thing again where FYT is flattening and the knob is, I'm going to say flat to steep. Oh, 3-0. So do we get a rollover in, should have checked this a long time ago.
IQ said nice rune up in ZF and ZB.
Yeah, I don't know when the JPY rolls over. Yeah, that was a really good move up. Okay.
IQ said very nice morning, can go and have some steak.
Enjoy IQ. Well, this is where, I keep saying I'm not a very good mean revision trader, and that's why I don't take these trades against the VWAP. But IQ took it, and he did very, very well with it. Very well indeed. Now, I'm a little concerned here, especially if they go and make a new high. Ooh, that would blow my mind. Like, at no point today did I ever think that a new high was in the cards. But if we do, and then Chairman Powell starts testifying and says something bearish, or hawkish rather, where does that put us? You know what I'm saying? This is if we were back at 090, it would be no big deal. But all this volume coming back in, and we have somebody giving a speech in 5 minutes, I don't. Seems dangerous. I'm not quite sure I understand what they're doing. I don't think they'd be doing it unless they had a really good reason to, though. You don't see a move like that just based off of, technicals.
IQ said no, it's Dementals lols.
It's the mentals. I think they're crazy. They're not crazy. I just said they're not crazy. They have to have a good reason, right? I just said they would have to have a good reason, but man. They're not crazy, but unexpected in my mind, yes, very much so. Very much so. Any decentralized exchanges for Nano? I'm not familiar with decentralized exchanges, so I can't really say. They say 4 rate hikes, but if the market sells off, bonds will be bid. Period. Okay, that's a good point. But why should the market sell off here? By the way, equities may be reversing here. Oh, John Grady posted something today. That was yesterday. Most of the morning was okay, but 10:40 till 12 was solid. Pretty classic treasury action when they get busy on lighter volume. Although the volume has been light, the moves had momentum and were not terribly erratic and choppy. Some of it's due to rollover, but it's mainly due to Powell's testimony. Yes. Okay, well, he's going to be talking here. Let's pull up. Let's just see if there's a better place that we can get it. And only show me live. Okay. They haven't quite started yet, so when I see him speaking, I will turn it up. Notice the pull. Okay. Okay. Okay, but take us to the Powell testimony, bro. Must not be, maybe they, okay. Okay, so there was some numbers here. US ISM manufacturing PMA 58.7, previous 59.1. Works factory. Didn't realize that these were... So the construction spending was bad. Manufacturing prices was increasing 74.2 versus 70.5. That may have been what did it there. And do I see here on TweetDeck? Sacramucci says he's been blacklisted from the White House. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Well, aren't we glad that we weren't in all of that? Though overall it was sell.